Hey everyone, welcome back to Dork Plays The Great Ace Attorney 2 Resolve. Episode 4. We're going to trial.
We have to save our best friend. That
Lord Von
hates
Sykes
us.
is not our best friend. He's
could
not
be
even a
afterwards.
friend.
He could be our friend afterwards. Maybe.
He could be... maybe.
It's hard to tell. There's that old familiar feeling again. The crushing pressure of this historic courthouse. Actually, no. It's a little different today. There's an even more menacing tension in the air.
There is a menacing tension in the air here today, isn't there? I suppose...
Yes, I think so. It can only be the result of the menacing appearance of the defendant.
A little more courtesy, if you please. Oh my, I do apologize. However, you're certainly not mistaken. This trial is far from ordinary.
What do you mean?
I'm not privy to the details. However, I understand no jury has been selected.
We
What?
have no
We
jury.
have no jury? Are we
That's
going back to,
weird.
like, original Ace Attorney rules then for this?
Oh, snap.
A trial without a jury? Well, that's just like the trial the prosecutor, Professor 10 years ago. Oh.
A closed court.
Good morning, my dear fellows.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes.
That's me. Having me note of my hair, Mr. Naruhodo. An outright victory for science, you must agree.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. His hair.
It was blue.
He did die. To be honest, so much happened yesterday that, well, I completely forgot about your little hair problem.
Ha! What to one man's little hair problem is to another a day of drinking dubious potion after dubious potion. You have no idea how my stomach ails me this morning. Oh dear, how awful for you. I'm... that's you.
Oh, I thought that was him.
No, I choked up on your line.
I'm afraid you only have yourself to blame, Mr. Sholmes.
And good morning to you, Mr. Reaper. I'm delighted to see you looking so full of vim. And I see London Celebrate Great Detective is as active as ever. Oh, you exaggerate, my dear fellow. Compared to my paltry engagements with a few trivial cases. The Reaper's overbearing presence is a far greater deterrent to the black roots of crime in our capital. We're both very tall. Yes, we are.
Man,
And whilst I may not agree with your methods, there is at least one point on which I would readily commend you. What an honor. And that would be... your eye for a good lawyer, sir.
Mr. Sholmes.
That's me. After all, behind this lawyer there's a very great mind. Susato, my own.
Oh.
What are
Okay.
you trying to say? I wish only to say that you should be prepared for quite a trial, Mr. Reaper. Sorry to barge in. Uh-oh. Hey,
Oh.
wait.
Gina! What's that on her arm? It's a mourning band, I suppose.
Father, shouldn't you be at the symposium? It's been postponed, so I have some free time. I decided to come along with the police inspector to see our country's up-and-coming student in action. I shall be very interested to see the fruits of your studies over the past year.
Oh no, I didn't bring the basket of fruit. Well, it's an honor to have you here. Let's hope there are some fruits to see.
Otto,
Oh, yes, Gina.
why agree to this, eh? Why'd you take him on?
Uh,
This Reaper bloke, everyone says it was him. It was him that killed the boss.
Sorry, Gina. but I just don't believe that.
Well, if it wasn't him, who was it? We don't know.
Yeah, I wish we did. We wouldn't be here if we knew. I don't know that. Yet.
I don't care who calls him what. The Reaper's just a name. He's just a person at the end of the day. And if it turns out it was him what killed the boss, then God help him. Fiery eyes indeed. Yes, the corporate deserves every ounce of your loathing. Huh? At least that may be some solace to the deceased. Please, Otto. Get whoever did this. For the boss. Oh, Gina. I hate feeling this useless, but there's nothing I can do. So you've got to find who done this and make the wretch pay! Counsel for the defense and the defendant. Court will be in session shortly. Make your way into the courtroom at once, please.
Alright then, here we go.
It's time, Mr. Naruhodo. Lord Von Sykes.
One who lost his treasured brother to a mass murderer. One who lost his treasured father in a foreign court of law. And one who lost the man who helped her escape destitution. All that misfortune, all that pain, on course to collide headlong in this trial. It's time to shine a light on all these dark events. And whatever truth is revealed, we're going to have to look at it straight in the eye.
Oh, it is
there really
so
isn't a jury.
bizarrely empty here.
Ugh. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. We are here to conduct a fair and just trial of the defendant, Baruch von Sykes. Counsels for the defense and prosecution, are you ready to begin? The defense is ready, my lord.
The prosecution is more than ready. Oh, Kazuma-sama.
I've been wishing to see you in court again for so long, it feels. But I never pictured it happening like this. I never thought I'd be facing you behind the prosecution's bench. The so-called Reaper of the Bailey has been a scourge like no other, undermining Her Majesty's justice system. Today, we must uncover the truth behind this scourge. In other words, this trial is going to be a lot more far-reaching than Inspector Gregson's murder. The truths revealed by these proceedings may have unpredictable repercussions through the judiciary. Accordingly, they are to be conducted as a closed trial with no members of the public present, by Her Majesty's direct orders. How will that work, my lord? The burden of all arbitration and education falls on
Adjudication.
my shoulders. Oh, adjudication.
Every time.
I hate this word. Falls on my shoulders. Therefore, as you will see, the jurors' bench shall remain vacant today.
If no members of the public are present, might I ask who is currently occupying the gallery, my lord?
They are members of the judiciary, here to witness proceedings and ensure an equitable trial. Members of the judiciary.
Starting to sound a little more familiar to Ryunosuke's, his very first trial.
Yeah.
Oh my. This is a very unusual trial already.
There is, of course, another unprecedented aspect to these proceedings on which I must elaborate. The counsels for the prosecution and the defense are both aliens of Great Britain. Oh.
Wrong aliens.
Oh.
I believe it takes an outsider to see the truth sometimes. And as I stand here in the courtroom now, I'm quite certain. This is the reason why I had to come to Britain.
Cosma?
Yes?
Oh. I guess I don't get a chance to say. Very well. Let us commence proceedings. Prosecutor Asugi. Your opening statement, if you please.
Certainly, my lord. The incident took place on 1st November at just after 5 o'clock in the afternoon. The location was a building of flats on Fresno Street in the outskirts of the city. The victim's body was discovered there in an old single-room rental property.
Yes, Inspector Tobias Crichton. A name known very well indeed to this court. Not least for his miraculous resolution of one of this country's grimmest cases 10 years ago.
The Professor case.
How sure you are about the time of the incident?
Several witnesses on the street outside heard the gunshot, and all been reported at the same time.
Yes, that's what Gina told us too. There were a number of witnesses.
I have here a plan of the room. The victim was found curled up in one corner. It's believed that he was shot from the front at point-blank range and died instantly.
How has the range been determined?
There were scorched marks around the entry wound. Such marks are caused by the gunpowder used to fire the bullet. But powder hot enough to leave scorch marks is only ejected a few inches beyond the end of the barrel. In other words, it only happens when the target is at point-blank range.
I see, yes. Thank you for the detailed explanation, Counsel. Okay, we got the autopsy report.
The murder weapon was found lying beside the victim.
And have you managed to ascertain the owner of this firearm?
No, my lord. Not conclusively. Bravo, Kazuma-sama. Whoopsie, wrong button! For not trying to use the gun as evidence when its provenance can't be proven. Furthermore, my lord, as I've explained, the revolver was fired at extremely close range. The bullet passed through the victim and struck the wall behind him. There is a candelabrum mounted on the wall, and the tip of one of the candles in it was found to have been blown off by the projectile. We noticed that too, didn't we?
Yes, that's right. Thank you for the thorough report, Counsel. The setting of the crime is clear to me. You will submit a plan of the crime scene as evidence, please.
As you wish, my lord.
Okay. Is this Fresno Street from Inspector Greggson's private abode?
No, my lord. The room is rented to Mr. Hugh Boone.
Hugh Boone.
Wait. Hugh Boone. Why? We recorded this a little while ago, so I can't remember who Hugh Boone is, but I know that name.
Yeah, we've heard about it, Hugh Boone.
What in the world? Who's Hugh Boone? Why have we seen the... Hold on.
Didn't we hear that from when we were investigating inside the room?
Maybe? I guess?
That feels like we did. So what on earth was Gregson even doing there?
Presumably he was investigating some case or other. When a policeman was informed of the gunshot from the witnesses and rushed to the scene, he found only the deceased inspector and the accused standing alongside holding the revolver. The attending officer arrested the accused on the spot.
So, The details of the case are clear.
In that case, the prosecution would like to call its first witness.
A name, please, counsel.
Naturally. The accused himself.
Lord Von Zykes!
As a prosecutor, he believes in the oath of office he's taken, and will be compelled to tell the truth.
Very well. Let the defendant take the witness stand.
So, witness, state your name and occupation for the court. Baruch Von Zykes, Old Bailey prosecutor. Not today. Shut up.
I presume, Lord Von Zykes, that you heard the prosecutor accuse opening precise?
Priestess.
Priestess.
I did.
It is alleged that you were found at the scene of the crime, and that you were arrested by the arriving police officer. Can you confirm this? Sorry about my stroke.
Yes, my lord. Then I'm sure the court would like to hear you explain some things away. Namely, why you were there in the room on Fresno Street, the time in question. And what exactly took place. I intend to explain away nothing. I will simply tell the truth.
I must say, Lord Von Zykes, I never imagined this day would come.
Nor I.
Or rather, I didn't want to imagine it would come. But since you became known as the Reaper, a part of me has been dreading it. My boy. Your formal testimony then, witness.
Man, one witness, no jury. This really is a classic Ace Attorney case.
Yeah, it surely feels like that.
I was investigating Gregson, and my inquiries had led me to that address. When I first entered the room that day, it was dark inside and I saw no one. A moment later, I heard the gunshot. I spun around and saw the revolver on the floor. Just as I picked the firearm up to examine it, like a dummy, the door flew open and I heard a man scream. I nearly just said the more extreme version of that. It was only then the body of Inspector Gregson appeared before me. Let Lord Von Zykes swear. Just kidding. That testimony was the whole truth. It was. So, you heard a shot being fired in a room with no living occupants, and moments later a corpse somehow appeared before your eyes. Is that it? You're right. You haven't explained away anything. In fact, that would barely qualify as an excuse.
God.
I thought you were my mute apprentice. Yet it turns out you have a way with words, Prosecutor Asogi.
It would appear to be a singular tale indeed.
I have a sword. I have two swords. And Rinosuke is like, I have no swords.
I wish I had a sword.
Singular isn't the word. It's laughable.
Got into Kazuma. He's not behaving like himself at all. He's been possessed. Very well then. Counsel, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, my lord.
We need to press every statement.
Oh. It's Cosmo's face this time up there.
Yep.
You're investigating the inspector. What on earth for?
I'm not at liberty to say.
Sorry?
Yes, I know. I'd identified a distinct possibility that Gregson was involved in the case that I was investigating. Regrettably, though, he was killed before I could secure the proof I needed.
Is the court to understand, then, that on the day in question, you followed the victim to the scene?
No, I was privy to his movements in advance. That's weird.
Ow.
Let me guess you can't say. Oh, I stole into his office in the yard and consulted his diary. The address on Fresno Street was noted in the 5 p.m. entry. You illegally entered the man's office? In Japan, that alone would constitute a very serious offense. Well, we're not in Japan.
Oh, as it does in Great Britain, I assure you. Is that not the case, Lord Van Zyke?
We're not in Great Britain. Wait, that's not right.
Wait, hold on. But we're not in Great Britain. What?
We're in space. I was aware of the possible
Oh.
consequences. So, in summary, you were investigating the victim, and yet you refused to tell the court why. I didn't realize British prosecutors enjoyed such freedom to choose what to divulge under oath.
Ugh. Why did I ever think I could defend this man? Oh boy. Hold. Had you ever been to the address before?
No, never. I only learned of the place as a result of my investigations into Gregson's activities. There was no light inside when I entered, so it was all but impossible to make out anything.
But at 5 p.m., the sun will only have gone down. It would still have been reasonably light outside.
The room has a window, but it was boarded shut. Very little light found its way into the room from outside, so it was extremely murky inside. I wouldn't have noticed if the victim was already lying on the floor. There was no artificial light in the room, you say? You're quite sure? I'm quite sure that the part of the room where the body was found was very dark. I have a feeling there was a small oil lamp burning on the desk, though I couldn't say for certain. Look, Miss Naruhodo.
Oh.
There's a small desk in the room just here.
Yes, I remember. And there was an oil lamp on it, as well as the framed photograph. The framed photograph.
Oh, that joke never gets old to you, does it?
No.
Also, I realized we never took out this autopsy report.
Oh yeah.
Wes Gregson, 45. He
British.
hold on. Coroner. Mariah Gorey. Mariah Gorey. Mariah Gorey. Gorey, that's quite a last name. So he went from... Courtney Scythe to Mariah Gorey.
Ah.
Cause of death. Victim was shot in the chest at close range from the front, resulting in instant death. Scorch marks at point of entry. Bullet exits body from behind. The caliber of the gun matches the standard issue firearms from members of judiciary. Okay.
I thought he was shot in the abdomen.
What?
Why did it say chest?
Because we only had like a rope thing to figure out, and it was in a general area.
Oh, okay.
When I entered the room, I closed the door behind me and started towards the desk to investigate.
And what did you find?
Nothing. I never actually reached the desk.
Okay. So, who fired the gun?
Well, if I knew that, I would have told you, wouldn't I? I have no
I guess you
idea.
would've.
I didn't see anybody else in the room.
But you say it was very dark in there.
Yes, that's why I couldn't see anything. Yes, that's right. All I can tell you is, I didn't sense another's presence.
Then could it be?
No, not ghosts.
The gunshot actually originated somewhere outside the room.
No, that's out of the question.
Oh.
Without doubt, the sound emanated from inside the room. I could smell the gunpowder.
This is going from bad to worse.
And you say that's the point at which you noticed the revolver on the floor. Correct. And I foolishly picked it up. That was carelessness on my part.
Presumably then, the gunshot you heard came from the firearm that you somewhat hastily took in your hands.
In point of fact, my lord, I believe it did not.
What?
The barrel of the revolver I picked up was cold, and there was no smell of spent powder.
But then, where on earth is the gun that was fired?
Whilst I would like to oblige you with an answer, I'm afraid I can't. I too would dearly like to know that.
Okay, so the gun he picked up wasn't there, so it was just there to, like, I guess, like, to incriminate him then, I suppose.
Boy, doesn't this sound familiar.
Yeah, it really
It's
does.
almost as if it's a Giselle Brett case all over again. The gun that he picked up was not the gun that was used.
I don't like that.
Although, we didn't get a chance to actually look at the gun.
That's true. So this is the type of revolver that's standard issue for the members of the judiciary, then.
Yes, and when I asked about whether records are kept about who they're issued to, I was told that for the past 5 years, they've been engraved with a unique serial number.
Oh, but as far as I can tell, there's nothing like that on this gun.
Which tells us that it must have been issued longer ago than that. I'm willing to bet it came from 10 years ago, at least.
Oh.
Also, we can't observe the gun any further. Yay, the game is not wanting us to do that yet.
Oh. Okay. A man, you say? One of the witnesses, I presume.
That's right. One of these street merchants working on Fresno Street.
All these merchants.
A number of them had set their stalls directly beneath the boarded window of the crime scene. A match seller, a newsmonger, and a peddler. They've all given statements saying they heard the gunshot. And without thought of danger, they ran inside to see what had happened. Yes, Janet told us about that yesterday, didn't she? They burst through the door with some force, it would seem. They did, and almost gave me a heart attack in the process.
But you're supposed to be the Reaper.
I'm still human. The first man to come in immediately noticed the revolver in my hand and fled. A policeman patrolling on Fresno Street heard the commotion, and was able to arrest the accused shortly after the incident occurred. Anyway, the man's scream drew my attention that direction.
What do you mean by that? And what way did the body appear?
I honestly can't explain it, but it's the truth. As far as I was concerned, the body hadn't been there until that point, and then suddenly, there it was.
Did you perhaps hear the sound of the victim falling to the ground just beforehand?
At that moment, what I heard was the sound of the door flying open and the scream of the man who came inside first. Nothing more.
I see.
After the man fled, I examined the body. I was stunned to find that it was Gregson.
Most curious circumstances indeed.
How the inspector was killed, or how his body seemed to appear out of nowhere, I have no idea.
Objection!
Huh?
His objection sounds a little different now, too.
Yeah.
Surely the court has heard enough. My lord, the cross-examination has clearly revealed that the accused, Baroque van Zykes, is lying on multiple fronts. It's Von. It's I don't care.
What is that supposed to mean?
His theme is different too!
Although... Good gracious, counsel. The defendant is lying, you say?
In his testimony just now, he claims that he failed to notice the victim's body because the room was dark. That's correct. No, that's impossible. As proven by this candelabrum.
How does that prove anything?
If you examine the tip of the long candle, you can see it's been blown off by a powerful impact.
One would assume that the projectile from the firearm passed through the victim and struck the candle.
The problem comes when you consider the other two candles, which are clearly of a different length.
Yes. I can see only the candle that appears to have been struck by the bullet is long.
We could reasonably expect someone to have lit all three candles together. Which begs the question of why only one isn't outlong the others.
That must be because that particular candle was extinguished when the others were still burning. Ah!
That's right. When the candle was hit by the bullet, it obviously went out. But the other two candles would still have been burning. So the fact is, the victim's body would have been illuminated by the light still thrown by the candelabrum. And the accused claim that he couldn't see the body clearly contradicts those facts. Ah! And now, to the next lie.
There's more?
There's more.
Christ.
The accused also claims never to have visited the scene of the crime before. That's the truth. In that almost empty room, the police discovered something very unusual. A board covered from top to bottom in police documents and newspaper cuttings. Yes, that's right. We saw it too. It goes without saying the contents of the police documents cannot be divulged. However, they include a number of reports from various historical cases, the oldest of which was from 10 years ago.
10 years ago? This is starting to sound familiar.
And there is a common thread linking all the documents on that board.
Indeed? What is this common thread, Counsel?
They all relate to cases prosecuted in court by Baroque Van Zykes.
All of them?
All of them. And furthermore, all those cases are ones in which the defendant was acquitted.
Good lord!
Interestingly, none of those defendants are alive today, because all of them have been sent to their graves by the Reaper. Oh no. In short, that dingy little room is the Reaper's secret hideout and his base of operations.
The Reaper's hideout?
Maybe the real Reaper, yes.
Yeah.
And yet the Reaper will claim never to have been to his own secret hideout? No one would believe that. No, the truth is, we've been looking at this backwards. He's really throwing what we learned in the first case against us.
Jeez Louise. Cosmo, I thought we were supposed to be friends. But backwards? Explain, Counsel.
Inspector Gregson was investigating the identity of the Reaper. When he discovered the location of the man's secret hideout, he was killed. As I'm sure everyone can imagine, by the Reaper's hand.
But he's not the Reaper, though. What? What? Order! 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 Very well. I hereby state the current opinion of the court. Baruch von Zykes is an outstanding prosecutor who has rendered great service to his country. However, it is with deep regret that I must concur with Prosecutor Osenki's contention that the defendant's testimony exhibits a number of stark inconsistencies with known facts.
All I have done is state the truth as I know it.
Cosmo's done a brilliant job as ever. He's drawing on his experience as a defense attorney to build his prosecution case, and it's formidable. Counsel, we will submit the board that you just showed the court as evidence. I believe it will be fundamental in establishing the facts surrounding the Reaper's existence.
Thank you, my lord. Let me look at that. And now, the prosecutor would like to call new witnesses to the stand. But before that... there are details of a whole raft of cases dating back years on here, aren't there?
Paper from 10 years ago is browning with age. Look.
Out of interest, the most recent thing appears to be this newspaper cutting here.
Oh, it's the same red-headed league advertisement that Mr. Sholmes has picked out.
That's weird. And do you remember? There was a red hairpiece at the scene too. Okay, not quite as weird.
Yeah, well, was Inspector Gregson an exponent for the red-headed league then?
And now...
oh, it's a bloody handprint!
oh, what's this? Mr. Naruhodo, look!
Yes, smudge of some kind. In fact, it looks just like a handprint.
And the color. That's blood, isn't it? Oh dear. How disturbing. Witnesses who saw events unfold in the day in question. They were mentioned in the previous testimony too, if you remember.
Yes, the street sellers who heard the gunshot went running into the room. Very well. Lead the witnesses in. The defendant may step down from the witness stand.
Certainly, my lord. Alright,
Was that guy?
I'm taking dibs on Beppo, but you got the other two.
Okay.
So, witnesses, state your names and occupations for the court.
Names? We don't use names. Far too fancy for the likes of us.
We're just free and easy. Sell what we like, live where we want to live.
I could give them all a vacant stare as they walk down Fresno, and spin a few words into a verse for them.
Would I be right in assuming that all three of you make your living by selling wares on the street?
Where?
Everyone calls me gossip. I sell jaunty little tidbits to passerbys, you know. Jaunty little tidbits? Got an absolute smasher for you, sir. Right up your beginning, it is. 6 pence is the price and not a penny less. Wait, you're actually trying to sell it to me now? Oh, come on, sir. Don't tell me you're not interested.
Try the man. Give him the money and see what it is.
Pay the man, counsel. What the? Alright. 6 pence it is. You won't forget it, sir. Now got your listening ears on? Just pretty loose. A young couple on Slate Street have just had twins. Oh. Is that it? No, that's not it. It's gossip, innit? And it wants to spread. But that bit's up to you and your mouth, of course. I got more, you know. Another juicy one. 6 pence apiece it is, if you're curious. I'm curious, yes. About what's going on just under the fat bottom lip of yours. Name of the unusual bruise or whatever it is poking out from under your collar. Oh, yeah. What happened to your neck?
What about the next witness, then? What name do you go by, and what do you sell?
Me, I'm Venus. That's what everyone calls me. Funny, innit? I sell these lovely little fireworks to all local school kids.
I don't know
Okay.
about that. Whoa!
6 pence a pop. What you say?
I'll pay more than that for what you're selling, lady.
Whoa. You aren't exaggerating with little. Do they actually sell?
Oh yeah. Second years can't get enough of my Venus firecrackers. Especially when I tell them they get 100. They could blow up the school.
Oh. Not the most savory of ideas, young lady.
What do you say then, eh? Want to part with 6 pence for a pop?
Wait, what? You want me to buy one?
Tell you what, I'll let you in on a little secret. If you get 100 of them, you could blow up the whole courtroom.
You shouldn't say that.
I'm taking a picture of this. Believe it or not, this is unusual that we might have to deal with something like this at some point.
Oh.
Try the woman. Give her the money and see if she's...
Pay the woman, counsel. What the? Alright. I'll buy one.
Lovely stuff, right then. This is a bit extra. Just something a bit extra, just for you. The Venus special, only 600 pence.
What? 600?
It's 100 of my regular fireworks. Nothing little about that, is there?
And there'd be nothing little about the punishment if I blew up the Old Bailey either.
And the last witness, what name do you go by and what do you sell? I'm the thinker, me. Think all sorts of thoughts. I think, therefore I am. I am, therefore I think. I think it's 8:22. Because I stand there on the street, watching the world go on about me. They call me the Observator. You mean the Observer?
What? Get out of it, Oatman. Everyone calls you Sandwich, and you know it.
So, you don't actually sell anything? Problem shared is a problem halved, as they say. I give advice, I do, and I think what it means. And think what it... What?
I wouldn't buy it.
I don't actually sell anything, no! Come to think of it. Pity.
No more purchases today, please. Well, we have quite a cost here, it seems.
They conduct their business on Fresno Street from morning until night, my lord. And always in the same place, directly adjacent to the crime scene.
I see. And thus they heard the gunshot, I suppose.
Not only that, they very bravely ran inside to see what was going on and witness the crime.
Well, I'll be begging, I thought. Just between us.
Venus de Milo, what am I to do? What a terrible thing I saw.
What I think is, if all what we see is light and shadow playing with our eyes, is any of it real? What are you saying, Beppo?
Smash the hair out of his nose. Very well. The court will hear formal testimony of these three witnesses now. You will describe in detail what you witnessed and heard at the time of the incident. I don't like his lips. At all. Looks so weird. We saw the whole thing from start to finish, we did. Everything from the moment they went in the building.
It was less than a minute after the Reaper had gone inside and we all heard a bang. Attack!
Big bang! Seems to me that quick to talk is quick to walk. Gossip couldn't wait to go and see what had happened.
I ran to the room. There he was, the Reaper, gone in aim, standing over their dead body.
I was scared half to death, mate, so I ran to find the copper.
If these witnesses were there the whole day and saw everything, who did they see going inside the building?
Only the victim, Inspector Gregson, and the accused, Baroque Van Zykes.
I've seen pictures of the Reaper in the paper. I know what he looks like.
You know what the Reaper looks like? That's great. Tell us who he is. Or she.
And just between us, folks love stories like this. I made myself a tidy some already. But wait, the room was just one of several flats in the building. Someone from another flat could have done it.
What do you know, Say? You know that our cast of characters right now is too small for that to be a thing. All those flats on Fresno Street are unoccupied.
Of course they are. Small, damp, dirty, and expensive to boot.
Hey, that's just like me. Wait, what? The room in which the inspector was found is the only property in the building that's currently leased.
Just see everyone in the courtroom just kind of slowly turn and look at him like, huh?
And we know the leaseholder's name, don't we? It's Hugh Boone.
Hugh Boone. The testimony the court had just heard would appear to leave little room for doubt. It's becoming increasingly difficult to see how anyone other than the defendant could have committed this crime. No!
Thank you for your candor, my lord.
Counsel for the defense, you may proceed with cross-examine to cross-examine the witness. Yes, my lord.
Can we get Venus to light a match again? I like that part.
I didn't like how she made me spend 6 pence for some firecrackers I didn't want. In a closed court like this without a jury, the judge is the only person whose opinion matters, which it should. I have to break down this testimony. Somehow. Stop looking over here, jeez.
Okay, now then. Before it begins... Okay, time to press the first statement.
Okay. Oh, sorry about that, everyone. Skeeters.
He slapped
When
me
you
on the thigh.
Ah, no. Unless you had a bug on you. But you say they. Who do you mean exactly? Inspector Gregson and the defendant, Lord Von Sykes? I suppose so. The Knights of us don't know the names of the High and Mighty. I'll tell you one thing. It was the old Reaper that went in last. That's for sure and certain. Just behind Inspector Gregson, they arrived at the same time as each other. Oh no, not at all. The first fellow must have gone inside a good 15 minutes before we heard the gunshot. The victim arrived 15 minutes before. Are you sure about that? Am I sure? Am I sure?
Yeah, are you sure?
Am I? Does it seem likely that I've forgotten a fellow with the bright red hair like that? Does it?
Okay, that's fair. That was Gregson,
Yeah.
more than likely.
Yeah. It was really red, wasn't it? Redder than my flaming fireworks, even.
That fire red mop still be burnt on the inside of my eyelids, it is.
Wait a minute. You're saying the man was a redhead? Aren't you listening to him? Aye. He was a redhead. He had a big trunk with him as well.
But Inspector Gregson's hair isn't red. Not by any stretch of the imagination.
It seems likely that the person you saw wasn't in fact Inspector Gregson at all, but some other third party.
Well, that, or he could have been wearing a wig. No, I hate to break it to you, but the witnesses are correct.
What?
Just have a look at this photograph of the victim taking the scene.
Yes, that's Inspector Gregson, alright.
And a red hairpiece.
Ah!
Of course! We saw him on the floor when we investigated the scene, didn't we?
Still refuse to believe Inspector Gregson wore a hairpiece, though. So then why on earth would he have been wearing something like that? The color does seem to suit the man, one might say.
Or one might say that's not accurate.
Oh, what do you mean?
It looks bad on him.
Oh, I think it looks positively popping.
Uh,
The photograph will be submitted as evidence, please, counsel.
the only thing popping is a gun to him.
Oh, no. And what became of the trunk that the red-headed victim was supposedly carrying?
I was informed that no trunk was found at the scene. That's suspicious.
Yeah, that's a little sus. So it just disappeared. Well, that would like, I guess like that would connect to what Von Sykes had saw too, because he said the body didn't appear until like way later. Well, I don't know. What? You expect us to have been watching the building every second, do you?
We definitely saw him on the dock going in, though. No question about that.
Okay.
Okay, now then. Photograph of the victim. Statement 4 we'll need to press. Back to gossip again.
Gossip. I'll give you more money if you tell us who did it. So, then you were the first person to arrive on the scene. Is that right? That I was. Kicking our door open like a professional, I did, and yelled out, "What's going on here?"
Lord Von Sykes claims all he heard was a man scream, though.
And it was dark inside the room? No, not dark at all. There are candles burning on the wall.
So here's the thing. I don't think gossip is lying at all.
Yeah.
I think he's actually telling us exactly what he saw. It's just... it doesn't line up yet with what Von Sykes saw. Or didn't see, I guess it's more accurate to say.
Okay, so... but he said it was light, but... Von Sykes said it was dark when he went in there,
Yeah.
so... what's coming off here then?
Don't know.
No, no. Really? And there's a feather collapsed on the floor. Just between us, it's the first thing I notice when I go inside. Ah, I see. Even though Lord Von Sykes claims not to have seen any such lights on the wall. That's weird. The thing I noticed was someone standing right beside the body.
The accused, Baruch Van Zykes.
That's right, the fell-faced Reaper himself. I was a little shocked, I won't deny it. I'm no liver coward. I stood my ground and gave a Reaper a coat.
Yes, Beppo? I mean, sandwich?
Sandwich. Do you have something to add, Mr. Sandwich?
There's really nothing to me. Empty in the head, I am. Just 2 slices with no... Oh, is that what they call you? Sandwich, but there's nothing to... Whatever.
I would love a bread sandwich.
I don't know. You just want 2 slices of bread? That's it?
This is 2 slices with another slice of bread in the middle.
So you want 3 slices of bread?
But no crust for the third part that's in the middle.
So you want 3 slices of bread?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, fair, I guess, but... Yikes. So I don't know what you could want with me.
I think that maybe you just remembered something.
I thought Cros ate weird sometimes.
Well, he does eat bread like that. Sometimes.
Why?
If he's really hungry.
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
He doesn't eat meat, and we mostly do, so that's usually all he has. Having heard Mr. Gossip's last statement, I mean.
What I think is, we're all nothings, really. We tried to dress ourselves up as something else, but at the end of the day, we're all just street sellers. You sell streets? Huh?
That's cool. That's enough for you, Sandwich. Keep your trap shut now. Unless you want us to make you into a real sandwich.
When he saw the Reaper, he fell clean over on his backside.
That's it. Oh, you rotten beggar, I told you to keep that a secret.
He screamed, he did. Screamed and scrambled off on all 4s. That's all I ever wanted to say.
Mr. Gossip, is that true? The floor was dead slippery, that's why.
Dead slippery? Really? Interesting choice of words you have there.
Planted my hand in a filthy pool of blood, didn't I? Yuck.
And so you... Wait.
So you slipped on Gregson's blood then, right?
Read his statement again.
Planted my hand in a filthy pool of blood, didn't I?
What did we just discover?
We discovered that he didn't, in fact, stand his ground.
No, not that. In relation to the filthy pool... The handprint of blood?
Oh, yeah. So he must have touched that thing from the back.
Yeah. But it must have looked like this.
So you mean it was probably like...
Upside down.
But why would it be upside down, though?
I don't know. That's... weird.
Unless it's like one of those, like... You know how some of those secret rooms work, like, where you, like, press something and then, like, the floor or maybe the wall flips?
I'm gonna be real with you. That's not a thing here.
No, I mean, like, how it would be, like, in, some of those, like, shows sometimes. But I don't know if they would do it here. What? A pool of blood? But listen here. You and I was sprawled on the floor. I still kept giving that Reaper a cold, hard stare, and don't you forget it. Let's just go back a little. Did you say you got blood on your hand? I did, Happens to the best of us sometimes, doesn't it?
No.
So I was scared, so I slipped over. We can keep it just between us, can't we? No, Mr. Gossip, I'm going to have to ask you to add that information to your formal testimony. Oh, If I must. The witness will amend his testimony to include the aforementioned details at once. I slipped over and got my hand, and got blood on my hand. So I quickly wiped it off on the floor.
On the floor? Wait, you're saying... Wait. It wasn't necessarily upside down. It was laying down. Well, maybe.
Right.
That or... But either way...
It's got to be laying down then. So you wiped off the blood from your hand on the floor of the room. Are you quite sure about that? Well, oh, what do you expect me to have done, eh? Does it really matter?
Objection!
The police found no such handprint on the floor during their investigations. What exactly is the defense asserting?
If you listen, you'll find out. Prosecutor Asugi. Certainly, there was no bloody handprint found on the floor.
What are you trying to say?
There was a handprint and blood left very clearly at the scene. On the back of this notice board. Oh, he's not smiling anymore. Ah! 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 Oh, yes indeed, indisputably a handprint in distinctive color of blood. Aye, you're dead right. That's my handprint. I know it anyway.
Objection!
The witness very definitely testified that he wiped his hand on the floor. Any handprints on the back of the board are irrelevant.
Objection!
Not if the board itself had fallen over onto the floor. In that case, it's quite possible for the witness' handprint to have ended up there.
Just look at the floor plan of the room. The notice board was in the opposite corner of the room to the victim, and in an upright position. Even if it had somehow been toppled and was lying on the floor at the time, it would have been a considerable distance from the body.
I felt over when I came across the body. So I was basically right next to the corpse. Not on the other side of the room.
But...
Okay, but then how did the handprint get there then? You
more
even
importantly,
said that's
how
your
did the body
handprint.
get to where it was later?
Yeah, because Von Sykes said that he didn't see a body when he came in there, so...
In other words, the defense's assertion is contradictory.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, wait, huh?
There's a definite contradiction here, for which there must be a reason. I take it that you formulated a proper hypothesis, Counsel, regarding this apparent discrepancy between the witness's account and the handprint found at the scene. I have, my lord. Not what you tell me. The discrepancy between the witness's account and location of the handprint is explained by... I would want to say the board moving.
Why not?
Is that why not?
Yeah.
I said I want to say the board moving.
Oh, you want? Okay. Well, you're right.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought you said I don't want to. I'm like, but why not? Something that makes the most sense.
Yeah, no, because I was looking at it, I was like, yeah, I mean, that's the only reason we could say it. Like, the board had to have obviously moved.
Mm-hmm.
The real contradiction here is the handprint itself, not where it was found. As the court can see, it's upside down. Good gracious, so it is. If the witness has put his hand against the board, the finger should be pointing upwards.
What does that tell us?
It tells one simple fact. When this handprint was made, the board must have been lying on the floor as I previously suggested. Which means that after the incident, it must have been moved.
What?
Objection!
You're claiming that somebody moved the notice board after the shooting. Then tell the court who.
I don't know that yet, but the point is, when you consider all the testimony we've heard so far, we can now be very clear on one point. And that would be the position of the notice board at the time of the incident, my lord. So, counsel, I must ask you to clarify your assertion for the court. At the time of the incident, where do you maintain the notice board was situated? Well, let's see. Could it be on the other side of the door then? Like
You
by
mean over
Gregson?
here?
Yeah,
Yes.
that would make the
That's
most sense.
it.
This is the only possible location. Immediately adjacent to the doorway.
I can tell you right now that I did not get that when I first was doing this on my own without a guide or anything. I was like, where? So I got it wrong a lot. You got it right, exactly.
Yeah, because the way the handprint looked like that was his right. No, not right. That would have been his left hand then. And if the body was over there, yeah, that does kind of make sense then. If the court would think back to the testimony given by the defendant earlier, he said that when he entered the room, it was dark, and he couldn't see the body. Bayek! If the notice board had been there, the body would have been completely hidden from view. And the light from the candles would have been blocked, making the room appear darker.
Objection.
But the accused also claims the victim's body simply appeared before him. That's true. Or, in his precise words, just as I picked the firearm up to examine it, the door flew open and I heard a man scream. It was only then the body of the Inspector Gregson appeared before me.
I don't know about calling it a scream, but he was talking about being no mistake. Because it was me that kicked the door open. Yeah, that would have knocked it over.
Yep.
If you looked again at the floor plan. Consider what happened if the door to the room was thrown open with force. Yep,
That can't.
and it can. The
No.
door struck the notice board, knocking it over, and making the victim's body visible.
No.
Good gracious! My client has told nothing but the truth. He has simply described what he saw.
In fact, the people who've been testifying have told nothing but the truth this whole time as well, which is so
Yeah.
unusual to have. Ah!
I mean, that is true. They haven't said anything bad. Order! Counsel, how has this not come to light before now? After the incident, somebody must have righted the board and moved it.
It's almost if Phoenix righted the board and moved it.
Why does that name sound somewhat familiar? In the position where the police, myself, and my colleagues saw it when investigating the room. Witness, what have you to say for yourself? You told the truth. What? Me, my lord? You and your fellows were there at the scene before anybody else. And it goes without saying that you must know something about the position of the notice board. The witnesses in the stand will testify again. You will each explain exactly what you did upon arriving at the scene of the crime. Don't look it over your glasses at me. I get the message. You don't have to be scared. Just tell what else happened. Like, sheesh. I don't know nothing about there being a notice board. I'll just wipe my hand on it, that's all.
But then look at me. I haven't got a clue about it. I was just doing my business in some second years at the time.
I don't know anything about anything. I'm just a bystander, me. Just a sign at the crossroads of life.
Bruh. It was the Reaper, I bet. He's got to face that strange board.
What?
I mean, nothing, sir.
can't see how this changes anything. Anyway, the detective still died when we heard the gunshot.
You didn't ask that. He just said what you do when coming over there. So none of you could elaborate further.
Shaken by the crime they witnessed, and with only the light of a few candles and oil lamp by which to see, we can't expect these witnesses to be able to give a more precise account of what happened.
Oh yeah, you don't have to expect too much.
It's man's endless quest for knowledge that's to destroying the world. That's what I think.
Sure. Do you? Really?
Yes. In any case, as his testimony shows, even if the notice board was moved by somebody following the incident, it makes no difference. When the gunshot rang out, the accused was the only person at the scene. In short, the only person who could possibly have committed this crime is Baroque van Zykes. None of this wrangling over the board changes the simple fact.
Quite so, quite so. Does the defense still wish to cross-examine the witnesses despite the circumstances?
Ah, gee, my lord, I don't know. Probably not.
Most certainly, my lord. Very well. Then you may proceed, counsel.
Hey, you want to keep doing your job or nah? Well, I think I will, thanks for asking.
I mean, seeing as how this is the only way I can eat, I probably should.
Yeah. Alright. So, we must press Venus against the wall. I mean...
Oh my.
When you say you were doing business with them, you mean that you were selling them fireworks.
Yeah, what else? There's that party school just around the corner, see? These cheeky little seven-sins have got a plan to blow up their schools to Kingdom Come. So I've been telling on them. Letting the teachers know what they're up to.
That's interesting hustle that you have there. Sell them the fireworks and then tell on them.
That's mean.
Yeah, wouldn't want any of them to get hurt. So I let the school know the kids are playing with dodgy toys.
What?
Then, praise the Lord, the teachers take all the fireworks off them. And then, praise the Lord again, the kids all come back to buy more. Everyone's happy, see?
That is incredibly scummy and so stupidly smart.
Yeah, I mean, it works. What a racket.
Of course. And sometimes the teachers give you a little bonus to thank me for letting them know. It's a busy old life, selling explosives.
Life's a bang!
Yeah. Venus is a guileful goddess indeed.
Well, telling barefaced lies is kind of what...
Why would you do that?
Why would you say
However,
this? Also, Sandwich, what is it?
Excuse me.
This is the
Excuse me,
second
Sam.
time you've had to do something about this.
Something wrong, Mr. Sandwich?
If I said it was, could we just leave it at that? Would that be the end of it? No.
No. Did Miss Venus's statement just now bring something to mind, perhaps?
Philosophical thoughts. Oof, let me try that again. Philosophical thoughts. Deep I don't even know what I said the first time.
I wish you had just left it like that.
Deep I can't replicate that.
Oh,
wow.
man.
But it's recorded, so it's there.
Yay!
I could probably just get a clip of that little audio bit and just whatever.
Let's just use it for that.
Philosophical. Let's say there was a great liar. And that great liar said, without batting an eye, telling paraphrase lies is kind of my thing. I'm ever so good at it. Would those words of hers be a lie too? Or the truth? In which case, she's not... No, that would be the truth. Now, if she said, I always lie, then it becomes a paradox. Because if she's telling the truth, that she always lies, that means she's not lying. And if she's lying about her not lying, that means she actually tells the truth, but she can't lie about lying. Anyway.
This makes my head hurt.
Yeah, exactly, it's supposed to.
Oh, it's a hellish paradox, that one. Don't you think?
I'm not entirely sure, to be honest.
Head empty, no thoughts.
Yeah, but it seems to me you're suggesting Miss Venus has been lying. Are you?
What are you on about, old man? Trying to cause trouble, are you? Keep on like that.
You'll wake up with fireworks in your mouth.
Ouch.
And I'll wrap your whole body in fireworks and set them off. That'll give you something to tremble about.
You have a startlingly disturbing mind behind that sweet, innocent face, young lady.
Get used to it, Judge. Even though you won't be the one for the next several games. This is a very common thing.
Oh. So Miss Venus has lied in her testimony. Is that what you're saying, Mr. Sandwich?
Well, if it means I'll be burned in hellfire for the rest of my days...
No, that's not what that means.
No, it probably means the opposite.
I say, it's, yeah.
You pointed out a very dark thing.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Can you elaborate, please, sir?
Please.
Old Blabbermouth here headed for the room where the gunshots seemed to come from. But there was someone else who crept up the stairs, but behind him too. That's right. That rotten liar over there.
Hehe.
Do you mean to say that you did in fact betake yourself to the scene of the crime after all?
What did I tell you, eh?
I mean, she did tell she's a great liar.
Stop doing that.
I said I was good at telling barefaced lies, didn't I?
I was sort of tell, like, off recording, but it's something similar that I heard today.
Yes, you mentioned it.
Well, that revelation rocked the whole courtroom, didn't it?
Who knew firecrackers packed such a punch? So you did indeed visit the scene of the crime, did you, young lady? Good grief!
Well, now you come to mention it, I suppose perhaps. I do clearly remember climbing the stairs to the room, yeah?
Oh, do you?
Either you clearly remember or you don't. Well, I shall consider a fitting punishment for this perjurious... Perjurious?
Perjurious, yeah.
Perjurious act later.
How do you feel
20
about
lashes.
spanking? Oh, okay.
For the time being, you will immediately amend your testimony to reflect the truth.
Oh yes, my lord, of course.
That won't work on me. I'll pound you with my gavel.
Maybe I'd better sneak along behind gossip and have a little peek in the room where it all happened.
Okay, and now let's press the news statement that she just gave.
Okay. You make a habit of lying, do you, Miss Venus?
Well, I suppose so. I don't really know, to be fair. If you want my advice, though,
We don't.
take everything I say with a big pinch of salt.
Okay, that's fair.
Alright. But you did, in fact, go into the room where the victim was killed on the day in question, didn't you?
Oh, please. As if I would, I can't think of anything more terrifying.
But Sandwich just said the truth, please.
God.
Well, alright, just a bit then. I mean, a girl my age is curious about stuff, you know?
Right.
Sure. Did you touch anything at the scene?
Oh, please, as if I would. I mean, there was a dead body on the floor.
The truth, please.
Well, alright, just a bit then. I had to have a look to see if there's anything I could sell. So I did get the place once over, but there was nothing to do right to write home about.
Right. Now, I hesitate to ask, but you didn't move the notice board by any chance, did you?
Oh, please, as if I would touch anything like that. Just a few bits of loose change is all I had.
The truth, please.
Well, alright, then I thought there might be something worth having underneath it. So I blasted the flipping thing. Sorry, flipped the blasted thing.
I'm gonna say, that's entirely different.
Yeah, that would have blew it. Oh.
You're telling us that you did move the board?
Uh-uh.
I think that did slip out, didn't it?
Yeah.
Bruh. Well, you just bomb pot.
I don't believe it. The girl doesn't think. No thoughts, head empty.
So, did you find anything, then? Something that you might have taken, perhaps, to sell?
Oh, please, I shouldn't be so lucky.
The truth now!
Oh, okay. Cosmo's done.
I might have found this old pocket watch under the notice board, I suppose.
Oh?
But a bit of junk like that can't be what...
Oh!
So it was you, was it? You're the one who took it?
Uh-oh.
Gina? Young lady, may I remind you where you are?
That watch there. That was a present to Inspector Greg's from the yard for a big case he solved 10 years ago.
Oh. You shouldn't have took that.
The professor case, no doubt. The boss used to wind up every evening without fail when he was waiting for his grub to come at the pub. Pub grub.
I
Grub
see.
pub. Grub hub.
Pub grub.
Pub. Grub pub.
Pub.
It's the only hub I go to. Grubhub.
I started
I like
off
Grub
and
Pub.
once in... I started off and once in blimey was he upset. He gave me a right earful. Said he hadn't missed a day in the last 10 years, polishing it and winding up. It meant the world to him, that watch did.
Possibly not the best thing to go diving for, then.
It's not all that, though. I took it to Jarvis
That night to ask how much it was worth. I can't keep doing that accent.
You don't
The
have
dealer
to.
wouldn't touch it.
It's got to be authentic.
Yeah, what authenticity?
As authentic as I can make it.
Oh, well.
Uh,
Then destroy your voice for all I care.
Alright, here goes.
Wouldn't give me a penny for it. Said it wasn't working. Knocked it about and worthless, he called it.
Ugh! I knew I should have lifted it.
This is crazy.
That watch must be submitted as evidence at once.
Oh, please, just so long as you promise to give it back when we're done.
It's not
you-
yours. It
Bruh.
technically would belong to either Gregson or his next of kin. Or Gina, if he so wanted to go to her.
Not a chance. I'll swap it from you if you try to get your grubby mitts on it again.
That's enough. Hand over the watch to the bailiff forthwith. Now, children. Watch your manners. Good lord!
It's cracked.
Oh, the glass appears to be broken.
More than likely, it shattered when the inspector was shot.
Doesn't tick anymore either.
Neither does
That's
his
what it
heart.
means.
Which is why Jarvis didn't want it. What a waste, eh?
Yes, indeed. It appears to have stopped at the hour of 5. Okay.
5, huh? When did...
So he was shot clearly at 5.
Wait. Hold
They
on.
say time
Time of death.
of death isn't notified on this thing. They have cause of death, but not the time.
That's curious. Hey, Mariah Gory, how come you couldn't figure out when he died?
You're not as good as Scythe are you? Exactly when the gunshot was heard.
No woman is as good as Scythe.
Nah, he's the best.
Aside from all the murder.
Yeah. Yeah, the rest of it, well, no.
What a woman. Which
Wow.
supports the... What a woman! Which supports the prosecution's claim, of course. God.
Well, okay. Sheesh. Well, it would appear that the mystery of the moving notice board has been solved at last.
And as predicted, it had very little bearing on the case.
Now then, continue with the cross-examination, please, Counsel.
Well, obviously I want to look at that pocket watch.
Okay. Oh, the little thingies.
It's
There
snapped.
too. There's a tiny little stub sticking out from the small hole here. Look.
I suppose there must have been a little knob or something on that for setting the time.
In that case, seeing as we know the inspector took such good care of this watch, it probably broke when the incident occurred, didn't it?
Yes, of course.
Which could mean that there's a small part of the watch still at the scene. Maybe. The glass of the face really is badly cracked. Look.
What a shame the inspector clearly looked after it so carefully.
I imagine Mr. Sholmes could repair it, don't you?
Yes, I should think so.
He's very adept at things like this. A useful man to have around, in fact.
But remember, he's a great detective, Mr. Naruto. Not an odd job, man.
Yeah, well... What? Oh, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah!
The little statue with
Yes!
the key. Oh. Okay. Ah, there's a tiny little keyhole here, can you see?
Also, for anyone who's watching, I may have a guide open to my right to look at for, like, progressing the story, but when I'm observing these things, I'm not looking at it. That one just came to me. I was like, wait a minute, we saw this before!
Wait a minute.
Oh yes, that's right for the winder used to wind up the mechanism.
It looks a little unusual, don't you think?
Yes, you need just the right key to wind it, I imagine.
Why do I feel as though I've seen something? Something a bit like a key that's about the right size to fit in this hole.
It would be wonderful if we had the key. Let's check carefully what we've already found. Yep. Okay. Alright. So let's see. Okay, so we now need to re-examine the thing.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
I know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's a key.
Or I wonder, yeah. Mrs. Sato, you think perhaps this key could be the key for the Inspector Gregson's watch?
Oh, yes, it could be. Let's try it at once. There's not a moment to lose.
Click. I knew it. A perfect fit.
I'm curious. Like, will the hands move if this sits here for too long? And look! The inspector's watch has started going again.
Ah, so that's obviously just not been wound up. That's all. What is it, Mrs. Sato?
Well, if the watch isn't actually broken after all, I have a feeling it could have profound implications.
She's deep in thought now. Perhaps I better start thinking deeply too.
Okay, I know it's gonna move off, but I wonder if any of the hands are gonna move even a little bit. I gotta find out. I gotta know. It'll be subtle, I'm sure, but...
I like to imagine that Rinosuke and Susato are just like looking at the clock. Oh, it stopped.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Okay.
So at statement 5 is what becomes important.
Objection.
I'm afraid that's not necessarily the case.
Oh.
At the scene, we found this key to the winder of the inspector's pocket watch.
A key?
And having wound the pocket watch, we discovered that it in fact still works. You see, the watch didn't stop because it was broken at all. That fact completely undermines one of the most fundamental premises on which this entire case has been built.
What?
I can barely believe I said that fast. Order! 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 Council! The watch was stopped at almost exactly 5 o'clock.
Yeah, which is just when we had the gunshot.
It is. Exactly the hour. The time that was showing on the watch tells us nothing other than when it wound down. It's merely a coincidence that it happened to be at 5 o'clock.
Objection.
Even if that's true, the 3 witnesses here all heard the gunshot at 5 o'clock. So that's obviously when this crime was committed.
Objection.
No, that doesn't hold.
Why not?
Because I said so.
Oh, well,
Recall what Inspector Lestrade said only moments ago.
wind it every day.
The victim was in a habit of winding his watch once a day, in the evening. We can reasonably assume, therefore, that he wound the timepiece on the evening before he died as well. Yes, that would be entirely reasonable. But if that's the case, you wouldn't expect the watch to have completely wound down by 5 o'clock the following day.
Oh, why explain it then?
In summary, the evening before the day of the incident, when the gunshot rang out in that room, the inspector was already unable to wind his watch.
You can't mean...
What would stop a man winding his watch if he's been in the habit of winding it every single evening for 10 years? The obvious answer is that he was already dead. Omae wa mo shinderu.
Nani?
Order! Order! Nani? That's the most extraordinary claim.
Objection.
Extraordinary isn't the word, it's absurd. You claim he was already dead the night before? Do you really think that Scotland Yard's coroner would have overlooked something like that? Yes, actually.
Yes.
Because if that's the case, that would explain why they don't have the time of death, because how could
Right. That's true.
they? I mean, he came in like
That's
it
good,
was
yeah,
already
so-
so late.
Yeah, she wouldn't, like, I don't think the coroner would actually know then, right?
I have my doubts.
Well,
On that subject, there is something rather surprising. There's actually an omission in the coroner's report. The time of death is not noted.
that's right. Wait a minute. You're forgetting that my legs went from the under when I kicked the door in. What do you mean? Like I said, I planted my hand in a dirty great puddle of blood.
Yes. So the victim's blood hadn't dried. It was fresh.
So wait, but then that means that wasn't Inspector Gregson's blood then. If he died, like, before that time,
I
right?
don't know about that.
He catches on fast, doesn't he?
Objection.
But that blood could be explained by any number of ways. It could have been put there afterwards. Some fresh blood could have been poured over the victim's body
No.
after he...
Does my learned friend think the fresh blood is available on every street corner? Hey, that's my line!
That learned friend.
Well, it needn't necessarily have been human blood, of course.
True.
We've been told previously that Scotland Yard has no way to identify blood as human.
The problem is currently being researched. At present, you are correct. It is beyond our abilities.
Could be pig's blood.
Could be.
Or
so then,
chicken.
a chicken's blood could have been used, for example.
It's certainly a possibility that it wasn't the inspector's blood at all.
Objection.
That. But the gunshot was heard at 5 o'clock that afternoon. That's beyond question.
Okay,
Oh my god, he
but-
was already dead, and then the shot happened to make it seem like something else. This is just case 1 all over again!
Yeah, so that means there was somebody else that would have did it then. Is it though?
What?
Given that the time of death of the victim was already been called into question, it isn't beyond the realms of possibility that these witnesses heard it wasn't a gunshot at all.
So
Like how
what
he's
they
doing that
hear,
because I'm a
Ryunosuke?
Someone pooted really loud.
And please, what are you trying to say?
I'm starting to think that you had something to do with this, Venus.
Hmm.
I mean, what else
Yeah.
makes a bang?
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh no, yet, and it was a loud bang that came from their room.
Now you listen to me! A street
Why
sell's
is it
ears are his livelihood! My old job let me keep this. Or maybe I
Oh.
took it, I don't know.
I don't doubt your ears, sir, but all you can state with certainty is that you heard a noise. Eh? Explain yourself then, counsel. A noise that sounds like a gunshot could have been made with...
Take that!
I mean,
That looks like
yeah.
mistletoe for some
It
reason.
does! What if
Yeah.
we kiss underneath the firecrackers? Just kidding.
Romantic.
Well, the culprit could have used something like this, for example. Oh, really? A demonstration is in order, then.
I don't feel it is.
I don't think you should do that in a courtroom. What?
We don't want to blow up a courtroom yet. Yes, please. Show the court how you could use it to create noise, like a gunshot.
We're waiting, counsel. I may have been mistaken.
It looks like you've been making a lot of noise yourself, Miss Naruhodo. Oh, that wasn't it!
Oh, Cosmos got devastating way with words in English, too. So wait, wait a minute.
Okay.
So, but then what else do we have that would make something like that?
We didn't ever inspect this.
Oh. Ah, there's some black marks here, look.
Yes, they look like some sort of scorch marks.
So perhaps the bullet struck the candle here, do you think? It's only this one candle that has been cracked in half, it seems.
Yes, I think you might be right. Firearms are rarely used by criminals in Japan, so I'm afraid I'm not particularly knowledgeable about them. I have a theory.
Go on.
Suddenly the candelabrum here, the implications of what has happened to it are shifting. Because if we're assuming that no gunshot was fired, what actually happened to this candelabrum? I'm willing to bet there was some sort of explosive inside this specific candle.
Oh, you mean like someone may have put wax over a firecracker
Maybe.
and then made it explode?
I realize it may be difficult to retract what you said and present some different evidence, but perhaps...
Yes, I was thinking the same thing myself. It's because I'm convinced there's some... Okay.
The only other thing would be the revolver, but It can't be a gun.
Take that!
That wasn't it. Okay, time to look at the guide. We didn't examine the firecrackers!
Oh.
We're so good about checking literally everything. Ugh.
Wait.
Have you had an idea, Mr. Naruhodo? You're staring at the string like a string of fireworks.
Sorry, it's just that it's the Venus special. I was wondering what 600 pence worth of firecrackers would sound like.
Shall we find out?
What? But she said it could blow up the courtroom.
Not this amount. And now we know.
Right. Now it's a fairly sizable bang.
My ears are still ringing, Mr. Naruhodo.
You're the one that said you wanted to hear it.
It sounded
That
almost exactly like... Okay, there's the info we needed.
Bruh, come on now.
Take that!
Don't be silly, guys. Something like this. The culprit could have set off one of these to fake a gunshot. Good gracious! The very fireworks that were sold by witness.
However,
Witness.
I am still holding my theory that the candle was a firework covered in wax. Because that must be what it is. Someone bought one from her. They put it in the candelabrum. They planted a fake, well not fake, but they planted a revolver. And they made it seem like it was a gunshot. When Gregson had already been dead from something else.
Yeah.
Now, hold on a minute. Are you saying I did it?
Nope.
My pretty little firecrackers could only make a little pop anyway. See?
Not 100 of them together. The Venus special that you sell for 600 pennies sounds like this. As the court can now attest, it sounds very much like a gunshot, in fact.
You're trying to suggest that somebody set one of those fireworks off at the scene?
I'm suggesting that somebody knew the defendant was in the room at 5 that day, and sought to implicate him by creating a sound like a gunshot for these peddlers on Frenzo Street to hear.
Objection.
But even the accused himself has testified that he saw no one else in the room at the time. Whether it was a gun or a firecracker, the only person present to cause that bang was Baroque Van Zykes.
That's fine.
It's whatever.
One whiff of a match and my firecrackers go pop. See? That's why people like them.
You know, that's because you sell them.
I fear for your fingers, young lady.
Objection.
I don't.
Objection! I don't.
Recently, during my time here in Britain, I've learned a very useful invention indeed. I learned of a very useful invention indeed. Something called a time bomb. Good heavens, a bomb? Yes, a device that allows you to blow up whatever you like, whenever you like.
Mr. Naruhodo, I worry that your unfortunate phrasing there may lead to yet another international incident.
No, wait, it's the whenever you like part that's important.
A time device?
Yes, exactly, a time device. Something of that nature could have been planted at the scene. A device that was able to produce the sound of a gunshot long after the culprit had left.
Man, I could really go for a pizza right now. That's bad timing.
I know. Can you imagine like pizza and some wings to go with it? And some nice
Yeah.
lemonade. That would be great. Your extravagant claim will have been substantiated with evidence, counsel. What proof do you have to suggest in any way that a time device was employed to create a gunshot sound?
Take that!
As the court has already discussed, the tip of the candles in this candelabrum has been blown off. Indeed, because it was struck by the bullet, which presumably passed through the victim.
But there was no bullet, Your Honor. My lord.
Oh yeah, that's true. I don't think that's possible, my lord.
Not possible? Why?
Because of the scorching. There are gunpowder scorch marks clearly visible in the broken candle, or on the broken candle.
There are? Goodness, yes! But is it not the case that there were also scorching on the victim around the bullet entry wound?
And that's right, and there was. But as we heard earlier, scorching like that only occurs when the target is at a close range, a matter of centimeters from the gun.
Oh!
Which means that the scorching on the candle can't possibly be the result of a gunshot.
You're suggesting it came from the fireworks?
How could that be, eh? The fact that there's such visible scorching on the candle suggests that the firework must have been right next to it when they exploded. Or to put it another way, the candle and the firecrackers were joined together. The culprit somehow attached the firecrackers at the point part way down the candle. And after the killer had left the scene, the candle slowly burnt down along the other two, until eventually ignited to fuse the firecrackers, generating a loud And that is how these three witnesses came to believe they heard the gunshot at 5 o'clock.
Well, what a plot! And this implies that the victim could have died earlier than we have been led to believe. The previous day, even.
No, hold your horses. All of us here so that I can go into the building, remember?
I couldn't forget that flame-colored hair even if I wanted to.
Now I'm starting to think that that wig was also planted.
Yeah.
If Gregson... Well,
Because
not
Gregson
if.
would've-
We know that he died earlier now, but...
Gregson couldn't have put that thing on.
Yeah. He couldn't have walked in if he had already been dead.
Exactly. The person you saw entering the building wasn't the victim at all.
It was Herlock Sholmes!
Yeah, he's the only one that could pull off this look.
He's the one with red hair.
What are you doing? Obviously, anybody can wear a wig. So the person that these witnesses saw entering the building 15 minutes before the incident occurred could easily have been someone else entirely wearing the red hairpiece.
Someone else? Do you mean to say?
And it was the same person who contrived the firecracker trick. In other words, Inspector Gregson's killer.
Oh, very impressive, Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
Kazuma?
That's right, I use your entire name. I'm really quite amazed you've come this far. But after all, wasn't I the one who told you that you had all the makings of a great defense lawyer? I also know the lack of a time of death in this report. A stark omission. But as far as I'm concerned, this whole country's justice system leaves a lot to be desired. True that it may be,
Yeah, you probably shouldn't say that in court, though.
Oh, order! Prosecutor Asuki, what on earth do you mean by that statement?
I hear that many of the leading members of Britain's judiciary are present to observe this trial today. So we cannot allow even the slightest doubt to be overlooked. The defense's assertion about the time of death based on the victim's stopwatch is just conjecture. But, while the possibility exists that my learned friend may be correct, we have a duty to explore it.
Well, certainly, I would agree with you.
And what immediately comes to mind is, of course, what was Inspector Gregson doing and where did he go on the day before the incident?
Do you know?
No. The inspector always cared about his investigative work alone. His movements were treated as confidential within Scotland Yard.
Even within the yard.
However, considering the evidence we've been presented with so far, I'd say it's fairly apparent what case the man was pursuing, wouldn't you, my learned friend? I do have a feeling about what case he might have been investigating.
Yes, I agree. Surely. My lord, the defense believes that it can explain to the court the case that was being investigated by Inspector Gregson at the time of his death.
Very well, counsel. Present your argument to the court. What evidence is suggestive of the case being investigated by the inspector the day prior to the incident?
What case was it? Couldn't have been the Baskerville case, could it?
No. It's
Okay,
something
it's not
far
that.
more recent. In fact, I'll tell you right now, it was one that Sholmes had been accidentally accused of investigating, despite the fact he was there for an entirely different reason.
Oh.
Why did he
What
dye his
was
hair
it?
red in the first place?
Oh yeah, because he wanted to see what the Red Hair League was going on about.
Well, he wanted the money. But
Well,
they,
oh, of course he
but
wanted
they
the
thought,
money,
it's
but-
like, hey, are you undercover?
Oh yeah, and then he was like, yeah, don't tell anybody. But then he got mad about it, so it was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna turn you in. I believe this red hair piece points to the answer. We might assume that it was part of a disguise used to carry out an undercover investigation.
Surely not! Such a brightly colored hairpiece would only serve to make the inspector more noticeable.
Yes, that's quite true. It would definitely have made him stand out in a crowd. Except, that is, in a crowd of gentlemen from the Red-Headed League.
The Red-Headed League?
So, you'd already worked it out.
What on earth is all this all about? Is there such an extraordinary league of gentlemen?
No, but that's a really good movie. We need to watch that. It's a good movie. It's called The Extraordinary League of
I feel
Gentlemen.
like I've heard that movie before.
Or it's called The League of Extraordinary
but
Gentlemen.
I don't
but
remember.
it's on.
Oh,
It's,
wait, hold on.
Yeah. What?
We're I was saying like the connection was like slowing up.
Oh, yeah,
Can you say something real quick?
yeah. Hi. Hello.
Okay, you're smooth now.
Oh, okay. I'm always smooth. But no, the movie is called League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, and
Alright.
it stars Sean Connery. Anyway,
Okay.
it's a good movie. We should watch it. The Redhead League is currently under investigation for a grand deception.
A deception of what nature, counsel?
They've been targeting red-headed men all across London and tricking them out of small sums of money. 2 men were arrested for the misdemeanor only yesterday, in fact.
My lord, the defense calls for those 2 men to be summoned at once.
2 redheads?
Inspector Gregson clearly infiltrated the Red-Headed League using this hairpiece. So it's very likely that he had a direct contact with these criminals. And it's quite possible that such contact led to more serious events.
I concur that we cannot in good conscience leave this new avenue unexplored.
Well done, Mr. Naruhodo.
Well, it's another possible line of inquiry for us at least.
The prosecution will make immediate arrangements for the charged men to appear. Bring these 2 red-headed league conspirators before me, Prosecutor Asugi.
At once, my lord.
Very good. We'll have a 30-minute reset. Court is adjourned.
Ah.
Dang, this thing gets deep. It
Yeah,
gets deep real quick.
sure does. Well, anyway, that's all the time we have. Thank you so much for watching. You know the drill. Do the things that you do on a YouTube video. And we'll see you back in court tomorrow.